Good evening, North Georgia GMRS friends everywhere. Hey, it is time, so let's go ahead and let me see if I can find my script. And let's kick this thing into gear. Welcome. Glad you're hanging out with me tonight. Good evening and welcome to the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight I'll be working off of the flagship 675 machine, but we'll be linked in with the following repeaters: Crawford, Lookout Mountain, Blue Ridge, Somerville, Jersey, Noonan, Columbus, McDonough, Zebulon, Moreland, and of course Zello, our VoIP service. Tonight our RF coverage is approximately 56,000 square miles. This net takes place every... Okay, Atlanta 403, thank you for that. I think I've got it restarted. I don't know that I can do anything for your phone, but it looks like we are coming back. There it is. Thank you for that. All right, net control standing by for additional check-ins. Any repeater, anywhere. Go ahead.
This is Atlanta 795, Blair, Tucker. This is Blue Ridge 35, WRPD 622, in and out.
Rome, checking in and out.
This is WRMG 494, Atlanta 292, Derek and Rockmart checking in, checking out this evening.
This is Atlanta 420, Atlanta WRFS 771, William in Roswell, checking in and out, and I will be monitoring the network there. Justin, thank you.
All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge what we've got right there. I've got Atlanta 795, Blair in Tucker is in tonight. I've got Blue Ridge 35, Andrew in Dahlonega in tonight. And a whole bunch of doubles, So you may have tried to check in right there, and I missed it. Next I have Atlanta 292, Derek in Rockmart in and out. Thank you, Derek, listening in from the firehouse there. And I've got Atlanta 420, William in Roswell, in and out. So if I didn't call on you, I missed you. So please call Net Control again.
This is Atlanta 565, WRDG 342, Hank in Rome, checking in and out.
All right, Atlanta 565, Hank in Rome. I've got you in and out. Appreciate that, Hank. Next check-in, please.
This is WROZ 772, Columbus 17, Jerry, checking in, checking out.
Net Control acknowledging. Columbus 17, Jerry in Columbus, in and out. Thank you for that, Jerry. Next check-in, please. All right, well, we have an excellent roster to start things off with, and trying out a brand new version of my logging application. I want to give hats off and a special thanks to those who participated in making it what it is, especially to Atlanta 810 John for his efforts in making this thing just the coolest version of the log there ever was. The whole issue with the caps lock and my fat fingers has, I think, been completely resolved. It's down to mouse clicks and a couple of keystrokes, and I have a full log entry. So one thing that's different about this log than what we've had in the past is that it's going to show me whatever is in the membership roster. So if I get your location is different than what you told me, Well, it goes back and it pulls from what's in the roster. So that's why when I call on you, if I say that you're in um, if you're in Cleveland and you told me you were in White County, that would be the reason why. So all right. So we've got a couple of things going on this week. We've got a big game coming up on Sunday. Um, I'm not a big NFL fan. The NFL has kind of lost me. I began to enjoy football quite a lot several years ago, and then I've just kind of faded back out of it for a number of reasons. So never was a big sports fan, but I do still enjoy college football quite a lot. But the NFL, I very rarely watch, and I probably won't be watching it this weekend. We've had an interesting dynamic situation kind of evolve over the last 2 weeks. Looks like I'm going to be traveling this weekend, so who knows? Maybe we'll watch it from the hotel room. Maybe not. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But holiday traditions, or not holiday traditions, but game day traditions is what I wanted to talk about. And in years past, we've had some fantastic Super Bowl parties here and in some of our friends' homes, and we have very much enjoyed some of the game day traditions, some of the food. The food, I think, is the highlight for me, because for game day we bring out all of the delicious treats and snacks and comfort food, and that's the best. I mean, that is, if you're going to have a Super Bowl party, I might show up just for the food. I don't really care about the game, but I like to hang out and enjoy the fellowship and the food. So that's the significant part of the game day tradition for me. But another thing that's coming up this week that we probably will lose sight of and shouldn't is what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Are you doing the standby with a box of chocolates, or do you have something big planned? Maybe you can't talk about it, and that's okay. If you just want to say big plans, or if you don't want to say anything at all. But those are the topics of interest tonight: are game day traditions and the big Valentine's Day thing. So for Valentine's Day for Julie and I is our anniversary. So let's see, we were married in, I think it's going to be 24 years. I think 98. Yeah, 24 years. So I think I hear somebody yelling. Maybe I got that wrong. In any case, we're going to go with that, 24 years, unless I'm told differently. But Valentine's Day is our anniversary, and I don't have a big plan. We've done some big things leading up to this month, so we kind of both talked about we've spent enough money that we don't really want to spend any more on each other for our anniversary this year. So I think next year is going to be an expensive anniversary. I think you're supposed to make a big deal out of it. But maybe it's only 23 years and I've got 2 years to figure it out. Or maybe I'll think it's only 23 years and I'll miss next year and I'll have to make up for it the whole year after. In either case, let's go to Atlanta 313. Jason is our first check-in tonight. Jason, your station is sounding fantastic. So much improved from what we've heard before. Jason, do you have any game day traditions or Valentine's Day plans you'd like to share?
Well, I'll probably go get like one of those little party platter things, but we're definitely going to have some chicken wings like buffalo and mild. I don't drink any beer, so there's going to be a lot of lemonade and tea taken down. As far as Valentine's, nothing really.
Chicken wings are kind of like a staple of football game day delicacies. I think that's a standard. We've all got to have our chicken wings for the football game, but man, have they gotten expensive lately. And I hear you. Nothing for Valentine's Day. Yeah, same with us. We're probably not gonna. I mean, we might fix a nice meal, but we'd probably fix it here. I don't think we'll go out. So that's the extent of. And if we're traveling, that means I don't know. I guess if we're traveling, we will go out. Who knows what it'll be, but we'll enjoy it nonetheless. Donald in Blairsville. Donald, do you have any game day plans, or do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
Valentine's Day plans, but I'm going to go down to the other house tomorrow and see my mother for my birthday tomorrow.
No, happy birthday, Donald. February birthdays are the best. I think that a lot of my favorite people have February birthdays. Julie has a February birthday. You have a February birthday. I have a February birthday. So I think February is awesome. So good stuff, Donald. All right then. Good to hear from you, and enjoy your time with your mother. We'll catch up with you again soon. Next on my list is Atlanta 957, Elijah in Adairsville. Elijah, do you have any game day plans, and do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
No upcoming plans except further out. We find Easter eggs on Easter. Lent is coming up. 1 second. Coming. Sorry. We have to give up stuff for 40 days.
Okay. Well, I understand nothing planned for Valentine's Day, but Lent is coming up, and that's a significant effort to make a 40-day sacrifice for Lent, and put some good hard thought into what the meaning of all that is, and why you're going to make that sacrifice, and what you're going to give up for 40 days. That is a powerful statement for you to make for yourself and for those around you, and it's a very meaningful way to acknowledge gifts that you've already received and you'll receive throughout your life. So good stuff, Elijah, and glad to hear that. Next on my list is Atlanta 956, Maureen. Maureen, do you have a radio for sale?
Hey, Justin. Yeah, I do. I've got a Wuxon KG20G plus the Wuxon mobile antenna with a mag mount on it. Never really used it because it didn't really work in my area. I went back to the KG1000G, which fits better where I live.
All right, so that's a KG20G radio with an antenna and a mag mount. That's a Woshin. I'm going to say it wrong on purpose because I can't pronounce that correctly over the air because it's a Chinese, and the translation makes that last letter a hard T sound. Never mind. That's a bad joke. In any case, Maureen has a radio for sale, and Maureen, do you have a way for members to contact you, or do you want them to contact me?
It'd probably be better to contact you, and I made a mistake on what it is. It's an XS20G, not a K20, not a KG. Yeah, because I'm not on Facebook, and through email is probably the best bet.
Okay, X-Ray Foxtrot 20G.
X-Ray Sam, more like S as in spring.
Okay, X-Ray Sierra 20 Golf is the model number on that radio. And if anybody has an interest in it, Maureen, would you go ahead and email me at justin@ngmrs.org some information about that radio and what your price is. And anybody has an interest in that radio can do the same thing. Just send me an email. Maureen, do you have any game day traditions that you want to share, or Valentine's Day traditions that you'd like to talk about?
Well, we don't really listen to football or sports in this household, so we have no traditions for that at all except to try and go shopping the day before, which usually ends up with a blank slate as far as meats and stuff when we were trying to just supply for the family. But, and we don't do Valentine's Day really either. But again, with Eli, my birthday comes up on the first day of Lent, which I've had only 1 year in my life. Let me break. Only 1 day in my life that I've actually not had a birthday in Lent, so I get to sacrifice my birthday cakes every single year.
Oh man, oh, that's a tough way to go. But I suppose if you have to give up something, that would be one of the things worth giving up. So I don't know that I could give up the cake though. Man, I gotta have, I'm a junk food junkie, so that's going to be a tough one for me. But all right, well, appreciate all of that. Your radio is sounding fantastic, so good job on that base radio install. Next on my list is Atlanta 538. Robert incoming is in and out. He doesn't want to talk about his big Valentine's Day surprise for Carol, so we're going to let him off the hook, or maybe I just put him on the hook. I'm not entirely sure. But we also have Atlanta 539, Carol, incoming in and out. Thank you, Robert and Carol, for checking in each week. Glad to know you're out there, and hope that you enjoy listening in. Next on my list is Atlanta 750, Jeff in Waleska. Jeff is in and out. Again, he doesn't want to give up any Valentine's Day surprises for Kate, so we're going to let him off the hook. But appreciate you listening in, Jeff, and glad to know that you're out there. That brings me to Gainesville 417, William in Auburn. William, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about, and do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
Gainesville 417. No big plans. My team's not playing in the Super Bowl, so I may watch it, may not, don't know. As far as Valentine's Day, we've been married 55 years, so we'll probably just go get something to eat and stay close to home.
Sorry about that. I had a cough that I had to make off the air there, and but I think I'm going to survive. 55 years. That is fantastic. Well, that's worth a Valentine's Day celebration. You guys should go out and have a real nice dinner. 55 years. Congratulations on that. Very proud of you for that. And yeah, I mean, if your team's not in it, then really the only thing for the game day is the food. So maybe you can combine the Valentine's meal and the football game. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. But in any case, hope that you have a fantastic weekend. And congratulations one more time, 55 years. That's great. Next on my list is Columbus 14, Zachary in Columbus. Zachary, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about? And do you have anything planned for Valentine's Day?
For Valentine's Day, but your games day question is a little tricky because I'm not much of an NFL fan, more of a hockey fan. So when my team is playing, I typically make a big platter of jalapeno nachos.
Very nice. Jalapeno nachos with beef or chicken?
Depends on what I have thawed.
It could go either way. All right. Well, I prefer the beef, but I could go either way on that. And as a game day meal, that sounds great. Jalapeno nachos. Fantastic, Zach. So, is this your first check-in with us?
Yes, sir, it is. I just got my tag number this week on yesterday or the day before that.
Well, congratulations. Your radio sounds great. I think the challenge with the Columbus machine is, because it's a linked machine, anybody that talks on any of the flagship anybody that checks in on flagship will step on you. So just be aware of that it may take an effort to get in sometimes. If you're trying to beat the pile up, you'll probably get beaten just because of the nature of the linked network. But glad to have you in here. And congratulations on getting your radio set up and your membership going. And fantastic. Looking forward to hanging out with you over the air over the coming weeks. Next on my list is Atlanta 811, Victoria in Dawsonville. Victoria, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about? And who's going to be your Valentine?
Well, Atlanta 810 and I, this will be 10 years of marriage this coming October, and we decided about 15 years ago, I guess, when we started dating, that Valentine's Day is good and well, but it's better to show your appreciation for your significant other every day. So we try and make Valentine's as low-key as possible and not hype it up. I think our best Valentine's Day so far was when we got Taco Bell and cookies and ate them in bed together. We don't really do anything super big, just kind of spend the time together as a family and enjoy each other's company. It is fun now that we have kids. We can buy them, a little present just to show them that we love them. But we don't do anything too big for Valentine's Day. When Atlanta 810 comes back home and can get on the net, I'm sure he will talk your ear off about the football traditions. Personally, all I know about the football traditions is that we are getting together with our very best friends, and I am making jalapeno poppers, and I'm going to hang out with my best girlfriend and chit-chat while the boys yell at the TV. Speaking of Atlanta 810 really quickly, he is tied up at our community watch meeting, so he has asked for you to place him at the bottom of the queue and come back to him at the very end of the next.
All right. Yes, and we anticipated that he might get tied up at the neighborhood watch meeting. I think he's trying to recruit new North Georgia GMRS members, because if you're gonna be a legit neighborhood watch, you got to be able to walk around with an HT, and because cell phones are just so old school. So you got to have a radio if you're going to be legit as a neighborhood watch. So I think he's down there trying to convince all of his neighbors that they need GMRS licenses and memberships with North Georgia GMRS. So I wish John all the success in the world, and he gets a pat on the back and an attaboy from me. And so we'll skip right on past him for now, but we'll come back to him here in a little while. So thank you for that, Victoria. It's great to hear from you. Next on my list, other than John, would be Gainesville, 285. CV Smith in Murrayville. CV is in and out tonight. He didn't want to spill the beans about his Valentine's Day plans with Lynn, so we're going to let him off the hook. And by relay, we have Gainesville 286. Lynn from Murrayville is in and out tonight. Noonan 29. Marty in Tyrone is in and out tonight. Thanks, Marty, for your check-in. It's great to hear from you. Atlanta 948. Gary in Woodstock, also in and out. Appreciate that, Gary. Great to have you on here week after week. We've got Chattanooga 109. Dan in Chattanooga is in and out. Appreciate your check-in tonight. And that brings me to Atlanta 780. Mr. Valentine's himself, Houston in Powder Springs. Houston, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to share? And do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
Hi, good evening, Justin. No, sir, we don't have any kind of game day plans. We're not that much into football or big football games. Every now and then we would go to a friend's house for a party, but kind of like the eating more than watching the football. And as far as the Valentine's Day, we don't ever do very much for it. We celebrate every year. We've been married 54 years. I heard somebody on there got me beat by a year, but yeah, we're just gonna hang around, I guess. And if it wasn't so much in COVID, we probably would go out and eat. But you know, things happen.
Things happen indeed, and it's challenging times these days, and we do want to be careful and selective about the things that we go and we do, and you know, the opportunities to be exposed to other people and whatnot. So that makes perfect sense. And but 54 years, Houston, I'm going to have to offer big congratulations to you on that for you and Mona. It's fantastic. That is. That's a lifelong commitment, so that's great stuff. Always makes me glad to hear people make that that big milestone. So I'm going to have to find out. You know, Julie's folks are moving. They're going to be moving here to Georgia very soon, and so they're in that neighborhood. I don't know if it's 54, 55, somewhere in that range that they've been married. So very cool stuff. We're gonna be influenced by some pretty great people. So that'll be good. And yeah, well, tell Mona that I said happy Valentine's Day to the both of you, and hope that you have a fantastic weekend. And you're right, it is. It's all about the food at the game day party. So, and I meant to ask Victoria, are those bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers? Are they homemade?
Yes, Justin. I make them homemade rather frequently. Atlanta 810 John, he absolutely loves them. They are an absolute pain, but they're really simple. Just 3 ingredients: de-seeded jalapenos, slap some cream cheese, wrap it in bacon, and bake it till it's cooked.
Oh yes, I love that. I'm coming over. You know, I'll be there. So that is a great treat. Julie makes that as well, and love that every time that she does. So good stuff. All right, that brings me next to McDonough 39, Bruce in Stockbridge. Bruce, are you here, or were you in and out and I missed it?
Good evening, Annette. I was able to hang around long enough.
Good.
As far as traditions go, I think like some others, we haven't followed NFL except for a few years ago, 2017, I think, when Atlanta played. But we always seem to use the Super Bowl day as a excuse to have unhealthy foods. And,
yes.
And watch a little bit of the game as we go. For Valentine's Day, don't have any major plans.
All right, I think that's the common theme here is the food that goes with the game. You know, if and like you say, when our home team is playing, there's a lot of excitement. But when your favorite team's not in it, you know, it's just not all that. It's just another game, and so. But yeah, and for like many, I've kind of drawn away from watching the National League games. I do enjoy college games. You know, I just can't watch baseball on TV, but I love to go to a baseball game, and I enjoy high school baseball and local baseball games as much as I have ever enjoyed the Braves. So, you know, I would rather spend my dollars at the concession stand at the local nearby baseball game than the admission price and the parking and the $9 beer, and you know, they can have all that. It doesn't excite me at all. So I've kind of lost interest in those national leagues. With the exception of, who was it that mentioned hockey? I love hockey games. They are a blast. That's a lot of fun. We used to regularly attend Comet Hockey in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I haven't been to a good hockey game or boxing match in quite some time. So good stuff. Appreciate you hanging in there, Bruce. Glad to hear you on the air tonight. Brings me next to McDonough 22. Tim in Stockbridge is in and out. Thank you, Tim. Hope you're doing well. We've got Atlanta 403. I think Yeah, looks like the stream is alive and healthy at the moment. Thanks for letting me know about that, Bobby, and I know that you will chime in again if it should fall down. We get into the new studio, we'll have the new equipment up and running, and hopefully we'll escape all of that. But Bobby is in and out tonight, so thank you for that check-in. And that brings me to Atlanta. 486 Ben in Woodstock. Ben, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about, and do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
Yeah, Justin, our Valentine's Day plan is we need to go to the doctor and have my wife's vagus nerve stimulator checked out. She had some surgery, successful surgery this week, and her epilepsy seizures will be controlled a lot better. It was wonderful, this machine. This is the third machine that she's had, and I'm just so glad that everything went through. As far as game day goes, I'm not too much of a sports. I may check in and out on that and see how it is, but we've been married 26 years, so we mostly hang out in COVID prison here. So anyway, you guys have a good evening. Thanks for letting me check in.
Well, congratulations on this machine being a success. That's fantastic. Health issues of that nature can be so challenging, and I'm glad to know that that your wife has someone that is standing by and helping to take care of things, and that can be tough stuff, but very rewarding as well. So glad to know that the machine has been a success. And yeah, we're not going to watch the game either. I mean, if it's on, it's on. If there's nothing else on, it may be on, but that won't be our focus. It typically never is. But for me, game day traditions, there again, as has been mentioned by many, is really about the food and the fellowship. It's about hanging out with good friends and just enjoying the time together. And so that's my appreciation of game day is the fellowship. So, all right, Ben. Well, thank you for that. That brings me next to Chattanooga 69. Ronnie in Rossville is in and out. Thank you for that check-in, Ronnie. We've got Atlanta 28 Mark in Rome. Let me break. Okay, we've got Atlanta 28 Mark in Rome is in and out. Thank you, Mark, for your check-in. We've got Atlanta 445 Randy in Dallas in and out. Good to hear from you, Randy. Hope all is well over there. We've got Atlanta 285 Isaac, also in Dallas, in and out. Glad to hear you on the air, Isaac. It's great to hear you again. We've got Atlanta 690 Johnny in Calhoun, in and out. Thank you for your check-in tonight, Johnny. We've got Atlanta 721 David in southwest Paulding County. David, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to share? And do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
Good evening, Justin. Good evening to everyone on the net. As everyone has mentioned, I am not into sports. I think it was in the 90s when the Major League Baseball went on strike. I lost all interest in sports altogether. But, we this Sunday we're going to be smoking some port loin with a instant coffee dry rub. And once we get it smoked, we'll be creating meals in a jar and then canning that in the pressure canner for this Sunday. As in Valentine's, my wife worked at a flower shop, and she hates Valentine's Day. So I get off lucky, and she doesn't even want me to mention the word.
But did she work in a chocolate shop?
No, she's not very into sweets either, so I have to get creative with mine. I still do buy her flowers, but I will randomly bring them home on a Wednesday just for nothing. First first time I did that, she said, "What's the flowers for?" I said, "Because it's Wednesday. I don't have to have a special reason." And that was her whole thing about Valentine's Day is, aren't you supposed to be this way year-round and not just one day of the year?
That's just too much to ask for. But that is the great value of the Wednesday or the whatever day surprise. So good plan there. I need to do more of that around here. I've kind of slacked off on that. I've taken many things for granted, and I need to step up my game. So appreciate you bringing that up. And I tell you, Julie's soft spot is a particular brand of chocolate from a chocolate place in Fort Wayne called The Brands. And they will ship their chocolates all over the world. A little bitty box of chocolates comes in this great big styrofoam box with dry ice, and they'll ship it literally anywhere. It's not cheap, but it's very, very good. And whenever I'm in Fort Wayne, that's one of the things we'll very often sneak over and get a box of the brands to bring home and share that with certain people for certain events because it is a real treat. But, if she's not into sweets, then, I don't know what your choices are. You're going to have to work a little bit harder and figure that out. Next on my list is Gainesville, 23, Bob in Auburn. Bob is in and out tonight. Thank you for your check-in, Bob. Atlanta, 532, Thomas in Flowery Branch, also in and out. Glad to hear from you, Thomas. We've got Atlanta, 286, Robert in Dallas is in and out. Glad to hear from you. We have CW2, Steve is in and out. Steve, once again, have a look at that TAC number and see if we can get that resolved. Glad to have you in here tonight, and we'll take a look at that down the road. Next on my list is Atlanta 747, Victor in Alpharetta. Victor is in and out tonight. Appreciate your check-in tonight. Atlanta 1140, Daniel in Covington is in and out tonight. Which brings me next to Gainesville, 25, Fred in Flowery Branch. Fred, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to share? And do you have any Valentine's Day plans? Gainesville 25, are you still with us? All right, we're going to go ahead and show Gainesville 25 as in and out tonight. Thank you for your check-in, Fred. Great to hear from you, and look forward to catching up with you again soon. That brings me to Atlanta 128, Drew in Dawsonville. Drew, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about? And do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
So I do not have any game day traditions except for we tend to watch the commercials as opposed to the actual game because we are not into football. And as far as Valentine's Day plans, we really don't have any. We tend to celebrate our anniversary as that time as opposed to Valentine's Day.
So is your anniversary on the 14th?
No, it's not until May, but we feel Valentine's Day for us is just kind of a made-up holiday. We don't really celebrate it for that reason, just because, as the other guy said, we want to express that more times throughout the year, and it just seems to mean more when there's not some holiday surrounding it.
Very good stuff. All right. Well, and that's a common theme for the evening is, it's not that big a deal. And it's same thing with football. A lot of us are just not that into it. I don't know if that's a radio thing, if radio people just aren't into football or how that works. But I think that these national leagues have gone a long way to disenfranchise a lot of Americans. And I think that's a big part of where we stand, and so very many that I know. So, all right, Drew, appreciate your check-in tonight. Is this your first time with us?
This is my second time with you. Second and a half. I was on Not the Net getting my radio set up that one day.
Fantastic. Love the Not a Net. I just wish that I could participate in one, but I guess if I'm going to be on the air, I may as well be net control, right?
Yep.
All right then. Well, I appreciate that, Drew. Welcome to North Georgia GMRS, and we'll look forward to hearing you again very soon. Next on my list is Atlanta 795 Blair in Tucker. Blair, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to share? And do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
Yeah, I'm kind of with everybody else on the radio. I haven't been to football for a long time, so no game day plans, and my wife is traveling for business, so no Valentine plans this year either.
Well, I guess it's going to be all about finding something good to eat and going from there. But Drew's the only one that's really even talked about the Super Bowl commercials. Sometimes are a highlight. The last several years, I thought that the commercials were pretty disappointing. The ones that you always see the commercials highlighted or replayed after the fact, and I think that I don't know if those commercials connect with anybody, but they really don't connect with me. And then the other big thing, the other big draw of the Super Bowl is the halftime show. And there again, I haven't seen a good halftime show in ages, and I don't know. I don't know what audience they're trying to connect with, but obviously it's not me. So I totally get that. All right, Blair, thank you for your check-in tonight. Next is Blue Ridge 35 Andrew in Dahlonega. Andrew, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about, and do you have any plans for Valentine's Day? Blue Ridge 35. Floor is yours. Okay, I'm going to show Blue Ridge 35 Andrew as in and out in the log, and we'll go ahead and keep things moving. But thank you for your check-in tonight, Andrew, and hopefully we'll hear from you again very soon. Next on my list is Atlanta 292, Derek in Rockmart. Derek is in and out tonight. Appreciate your check-in tonight, Derek. Next I have Atlanta 420, William in Roswell, also in and out tonight. And that brings me to Atlanta 565, Henry in Marietta. I'm sorry, that's Hank in Marietta is in and out. Appreciate you checking in tonight, Hank. Thank you for listening in. And we have Columbus 17, Jerry in Columbus, in and out. That is the end of my roster. So at this time, we're going to go back, all the way back up to, there he is, Atlanta 810, John in Dawsonville. John, have you finished with the Neighborhood Watch meeting?
Justin, this is Atlanta 811. He is not yet back. He says to just go ahead and check him in and out. He is stuck at that meeting for a lot longer than he anticipated.
All right. Well, hopefully he'll come out of that meeting with a handful of new North Georgia GMRS members, and it'll all be worthwhile. Sorry that we missed his comments tonight, but that'll be good. I'm going to go ahead and mark him as in and out, so he won't need to check out later. And with that, we're going to go ahead and open up the floor for any questions or comments. Any late check-ins. Net Control standing by.
This is
Columbus 14, Zach. back. I do have a quick question. So, I've been looking at the Redivis RT97 portable GMRS repeater, and I'm just curious if I were to move somewhere, say, very close out of range of the Columbus repeater for my handheld or possibly a base station, would I be allowed to connect this portable repeater to the Columbus repeater to extend my range, or is that a huge no-no?
Well, repeaters don't really connect to other repeaters except through the magic of digital linking, and that's a proprietary technology that we get from another GMRS group in Texas. So we subscribe to their linking devices, and so that's how repeaters get linked to one another. You can't really connect one repeater to another repeater because the Gozintas and the Gazautas just don't play that way. So that being said, if you're trying to just have a personal repeater on your property that you can use to extend range around you, of course that's perfectly allowed. In terms of connecting any sort of a repeater to the North Georgia GMRS network, that requires a certain amount of hardware and technology, and that all has to be coordinated with Atlanta 6.0. So it's not so much that it's a no-no, it's a no-go. You're just not going to be able to make one repeater talk to another repeater in a conventional sense. So if you instead take a conventional radio and use the radio as some sort of a range extender, that's something that could be made to work, but again, it's not something that we necessarily encourage. If you can do it in a way that's seamless to us and it doesn't hang up and things of that nature, if the push-to-talk doesn't hang up and create a bunch of noise on the network, then by all means. But if it's a kludged together set of equipment, it's just asking for trouble. And so those repeaters are that's the kind of a thing that you might use if you were setting up a temporary repeater at a campsite or at base camp for your off-roading activities, or at base camp for your hiking activities, things of that nature. You might set up a repeater in a vehicle that's going to be parked near those activities, and use it locally in that way. But our repeaters are significantly different than those repeaters. We use nothing but commercial class hardware, and these are radios that have a 100% duty cycle rating, so they can tolerate being talked on continuously without stop. I can't even make these radios unhappy, as long-winded as I am. So it's a completely different kind of repeater, and we don't really want repeaters connected to our network that are not commercial grade, high quality repeaters, because chances are your net controller will break a lesser radio.
Roger that. Thank you. I was just, the property I'm looking at buying is like just out of range of the Columbus repeater. So I was just trying to find a solution in case I do purchase the property.
Understand, and there may be some solutions. Of course, Zello is an option, and if this is property that's out there and you're not making the contact with your mobile, it may be that if we put a Yagi on a tower, maybe we could get that connection made. So it's all about line of sight, and if you do a topography study, easy for me to say, if you do a topography study and you find that property doesn't have any major ridge lines or obstructions between that property and one of our repeaters, then you should be able to get into it with a modest set of equipment, and so it can be made to work out.
Roger that. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my question.
All right. Let's go ahead and take another standby for any other questions or comments. Any late check-ins? Net control standing by.
This is Atlanta 313. ATL 946. Justin, you still there?
Well, indeed I am. Jason, go ahead with your traffic.
I just forgot to tell you, I want to wish you and yours a happy anniversary, and hope y'all have a wonderful time. This is going to be WRMH 246, Atlanta 313. I'll be clear and signing off.
All right, Jason, we're going to go ahead and show you clear in the log, and appreciate your comments. And yes, we are anticipating a pretty special time this weekend, but it's not really something I can talk about. So, yeah, we're just going to have to leave it at that. But I think that in time I'll be able to explain that whole situation with much greater detail. So we are looking forward to the weekend overall. We just don't have a clear picture of what it's going to look like from here. But appreciate your comments. Net Control standing by again for any additional questions or comments. Any late check-ins?
Atlanta 69 with a late check-in.
Atlanta 69, Michael in Atlanta. Michael, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to talk about? And do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
Well, I'm going to take my girlfriend out to dinner on Valentine's Day, and maybe this Saturday I can get some errands done, taken care of, but nothing too exciting there. But I heard it was your anniversary coming up, and I want to wish you and your wife a happy anniversary. And I'm going to go ahead and back on out of here. All right, Justin? This is Atlanta 69, WRHS 306. Michael talking out of Midtown Atlanta.
All right, Michael, I'll go ahead and show you as in and out as well, and understand planning a nice meal for Valentine's Day. No traffic for the game day tradition. Any additional late check-ins, questions, or comments? Net Control standing by.
This is Atlanta 57 WQZC 882, Andrew in Holly Springs.
Atlanta 57, Andrew in Holly Springs. Andrew, do you have any game day traditions you'd like to share? And do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
Well, good evening, Justin, and everyone on the net. As far as Super Bowl, I mean, not really, but I'm from Atlanta, so there hasn't been much to celebrate on those days anyway. So, more of a Braves guy. But anyway, we tend to, kind of watch the game for commercials, halftime, maybe cook, some little bit different food than normal, but nothing too out of the ordinary. And as far as Valentine's Day, I make sure that the kids have some stuffed animals or other affections, to kind of denote the day. And but Gina and I really don't do anything specifically for it. So I can say it's kind of a nil occasion on both Super Bowl and Valentine's Day.
Good stuff. Yes, and that is, I think, for most of us radio people, it seems to be that not a lot of interest in the Super Bowl. And I imagine, the Falcons are a big reason why. If they were doing better, we'd probably all have a little more interest in watching the game. But it really all seems to boil down to food and fellowship, and that's what I get the sense of. And Andrew, I have to, I get the sense with this network and the folks in general, we've got a lot more baseball fans in this group than we do football fans. So there again, I don't know if that's a radio thing or what that's all about, but that is very interesting that we do have a lot of people that seem to be much more into to baseball than into football. So good stuff, Andrew. Hope you guys have a fantastic Valentine's Day, and stay safe over there at Club 215 and Stedman Bar and Grill. I love that. All right. Do we have any other late check-ins? Any other questions or comments? Net control standing by.
This is Atlanta 412 WRKA 361. Checking in, checking out. Wish everybody happy Thanksgiving and good luck in your Super Bowl party.
All right, Atlanta 412, Scott in Roswell, in and out. I appreciate that, and thanks for your comments. And yes, I think folks are going to enjoy the food and fellowship. That seems to be the theme for the weekend. All right, well, we seem to be at the end of the program here. It's an early one. It's only about 8:30, 8:32 is what I have, which is remarkable. It's unusual, and it's welcome. The radio will be available. Anybody has any questions or comments or any general conversation, you're welcome to hang out on the air. Just because the net is closed doesn't mean the frequency isn't open. So bear that in mind. You're welcome to stick around and chat. But this is going to conclude the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight we had a total of 45 check-ins, including myself. Everyone who signed in should sign out. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your net control this evening. This is Atlanta 946, WQIR 514. My name is Justin, and I'm clear. Thanks a lot, YouTube. It's great to have you along tonight, and looking forward to catching up with all of you again very soon. We'll see how the coming nets play out in terms of whether or not we're able to do the live stream with the studio moving into the temporary space. But hopefully we'll be able to figure something out and make that play. WQIR 514 Atlanta 946. I'll be clear.